Well, it looks like Pokemon's done it again. For anyone who hasn't already kind of gotten the, announcement for it, the Eon ticket will be making its return in OmegaRuby and AlphaSapphire. So we're just going to immediately cover the news, like what Serebii kind of put on their site about it, and we'll kind of go from there, and you'll kind of understand what I mean by Pokemon's done it again. The official Japanese site has announced that while you can get the Eon ticket from the Pokemon OmegaRuby and AlphaSapphire through an event, if you do receive the Eon ticket, you have the capability of sharing it through Street Pass, akin to how you could share it by mixing records in the original. So, I mean, there's that. You will never lose your Eon ticket, however. Full details of this are not yet known, but we'll post more post the second we get more. The Pokemon Company has announced the Eon ticket relay for the United Kingdom. This will begin with Junichi Masuda giving the Eon ticket out at the launch event on Saturday, November 29th. From there, 15 winners will be sent to various game stores to spread the Eon ticket through Street Pass. More details are to be released on November 13th. It has also been announced that in the United States, serial codes for the Eon ticket will be given to play Pokemon organizers and heads of Street Pass groups from November 21st. From there, the Eon ticket can be Street Passed to other players. So, basically, if you don't get out of your house enough, or if you don't have friends that happen to go to something that will increase their chances of getting it, that way they can give it to you, you're kind of shit out of luck. And I feel like this is kind of just Pokemon or Nintendo or Game Freak or all of the above kind of just slapping their player base in the face. I mean, everyone kind of wants to be able to use the Eon ticket to go and get their other legendary, because obviously this involves Latios and Latias. And it's kind of the same thing with the demo, that everyone got it. I don't know really what to say. Obviously, I mean, it's great that the Eon ticket's returning, but at the same time, I feel like it would have been better off as a kind of a code, like mystery gift type of thing, rather than, just not getting it and just getting completely screwed out of it because you don't get out enough, or, you're one of those shut-ins. I'm kind of like that myself. But, I mean, I have friends that if I decide to, I can meet up with them at one point or another and get it that way if I really want to. But, I mean, this is just basically, okay, the only thing that you really get out of this, believe it or not, the only thing you really get out of the Eon ticket is to be able to go to the Southern Island. That's the only, benefit you really get out of the Eon ticket. And, I mean, is it really worth it? I mean, when you think about it, you're making all your players go way out of their way to get the Eon ticket when they can just trade or transfer up Latios and Latias. Now, I can sort of understand if on this island you happen to be able to get the Latiosite or the Latiasite or both, but somehow I doubt that's going to be the case. Maybe if you go there and for the actual part of the story or whatever, where you are given Latios or Latias, or basically maybe that's when you get it and then you just can't get back to the island unless you have the Eon ticket or something. I don't know. But all I know is that it's kind of pointless to really go to this island. I mean, everyone could just transfer their stuff up from Generation 5. They can trade with people that already have it in their Pokemon X and Y games. They can trade with people that have the opposite of their game, which means if they have OmegaRuby, then they can trade for the one that AlphaSapphire has. Same as, I don't understand. Outside of going to the island, what benefit is there? I can't wrap my head around it. So, I don't know. Something that I failed to do yesterday, by the way, there was a few other things that we kind of could have talked about, but I just never got around to it. I kind of rambled on about a whole bunch of shit. So, first off, for anyone that is interested, on Saturday, aka tomorrow, considering it's Friday, the movie Diancie and the Cocoon of Destruction is to air on Cartoon Network. So, be sure to check that out. If you want to check out the little trailer beforehand, it's over on the Pokemon website. The one with Diancie and the carvings where they go to save what's it called, Pangoro. So if you wanted to watch that, feel free. I mean, you could have watched it sub Japanese if you wanted to watch it by now. But I mean, there are people that just complain that they would rather, you know, understand the language rather than, you know, get to see it first. I don't know. I actually prefer watching it sub before, you know, being able to understand it, because at least then I get to see it before everyone else. It's kind of like manga, you know, you want to read it before everyone else, so I mean, or read it before you actually see it on screen, because we all know that manga is usually like infinitely further than any any anime basically in existence. I mean, I'm pretty sure that One Piece is completely through the roof now. And it's just like, when you think of just the anime, which is like 600 something episodes, so that's a lot. So, I mean, I don't know. Anyways, I don't think anyone really cares about that, but whatever. Moving on, for those of us here in North America, the Pokemon Puzzle Challenge Game Boy Color title is now available for purchase on the Nintendo 3DS eShop. Yeah, it costs $4.99. There's really not much I need to talk about that. This was announced, when was this? I can't remember. I think it was Tuesday, maybe. I don't know. It was either Tuesday or Wednesday. Probably Wednesday, because I failed to mention it yesterday. So, I don't know. It could have been Thursday. It could have been... Okay, it was Thursday. I'm blind, because it says Thursday over here. But yeah, we kind of failed to mention that. Another thing is, for those of you in Europe and Australia, the Diancie distribution event has begun. This event runs until November 28th, 2014, and gives you a special Diancie which cannot be found in normal gameplay. This event is a serial code event and requires going to a store in order to receive the code, which is then redeemed in Mystery Gift. If you are in the United Kingdom, you can get it at Game. If you're in Germany, Italy, Norway, Finland, Sweden, or Denmark, you can get it at GameStop. In the Netherlands, you can get it at Bart, Smit, and Intertoys. And in France, it's available at FNAC and Micromania stores. In Spain, it's available at Game and Toys R Us. So, for those of you who live in all those like very many countries and parts of the world, you know, kind of just enjoy that. So, yeah, and we kind of already covered the amazing stuff that OmegaRuby and AlphaSapphire will have in the form of the Eon ticket. So, I mean, there's that. But I do have to say I'm a little bit disappointed. I mean, at this point, like, let's be real. How many people that are watching this have ever actually been to Mirage Island? In all seriousness, like, Mirage Island's also another thing that people have, like, rarely ever seen. We know it exists because at least 1 or 2 people have actually gotten to it before, but I don't know. Like, they make things a little bit difficult for people for some reason. Like, sometimes it's just really easy. Just, oh, I'll just download it via the Wi-Fi, whatever. And then they give you these whack job, like, things that you have to do in order to go and get something for them, or from them for free. I mean, like, Diancie, Gengar, you all had to go to fucking GameStop, at least over here in the United States. Stuff like that. Like, now you have to do Street Pass stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I guess there is one other thing that I can kind of cover, because I forgot to do this as well. There's a few other things, but they weren't very major. During the Nintendo Direct that happened earlier this week, some new information was revealed. This information pertains to the special distribution for OmegaRuby and AlphaSapphire. My tongue is like retarded today. Based on Super Smash Bros. In Japan. This gives you a Greninja with the moves that it has in Super Smash Bros. Water Shuriken, Hydro Pump, Shadow Sneak, and Substitute. This will be distributed if you register both Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 3DS and either Pokemon OmegaRuby or Alpha on Club Nintendo between November 21st and January 20th, 2015. The serial code will be given from December 9th, 2014 to January 29th, 2014. I'm sure everyone can notice that my tongue is just like, because, you know, that didn't sound very wrong, but whatever. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm still kind of at a loss for words. I mean, making people do Street Pass of all things just to get the Eon ticket. don't get me wrong, I mean, again, back then it was really difficult just to get something like the Eon ticket, and when you think about it, there's, like, I believe there was an island for both Deoxys, Jirachi, stuff like that. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I do remember that they were things. Again, I could be wrong, of course, but I don't think I was. I'm pretty sure that there was like really weird islands that you could go to obviously, of course, get legendary Pokemon like Deoxys and stuff like that. Because I don't know. I mean, I think it was from Emerald that things like that actually occurred. It'd be kind of interesting if they did that again, but I don't think that there's any point in that anymore, because I believe that we had what was it called? Mirage Island? No, not Mirage Island. We of course had Southern Island. Then we had I can't remember the name of or Naval Rock and Birth Island, and I don't remember what Faraway Island was. But yeah, I mean, Faraway Island was Mew. That would be actually hella interesting if you actually ask me. I actually forgot about the island for Mew, because I mean, I paid much attention to it, of course. I don't think very many people even got it. I believe that it was one of the very few and maybe the only way to actually get a legitimate shiny Mew outside of Generation 4 and on. I think there might have been like 1 or 2 Generation 4 events where you could actually get it as a shiny, but I don't remember. I remember there was only like maybe 1 or 2 instances where you could actually get a legitimate shiny Mew. But yeah, it'd be kind of interesting if Mew just was somehow finally available in game, kind of like how we've seen Lugia, Ho-Oh, and some of those others legal, or well, not legal, but legitimately findable in the wild in OmegaRuby and AlphaSapphire. They're trying to make it so that way a good number of Pokemon are actually available, so that way they're kind of in the Generation 6 scene, I guess is a good way to put that. They're available through various methods in Generation 6 rather than just transferring them up and having them now suddenly in Generation 6. So it should be interesting, really, to see how things work. It'd be kind of interesting to see Mew. It'd be kind of interesting to see these islands return, believe it or not. I mean, going to, I believe, Naval Rock was Ho-Oh and Lugia, I believe. So I mean, there's that. Birth Island was Deoxys, and then of course, like in Ruby and not Ruby and Sapphire, but in what's it called? Emerald. There was, of course, the Sea Cave and the Terra Cave. Obviously, Artisan Cave is going to return. So I don't know. I mean, it should be interesting to see how things play out. I really would like to kind of see something like Faraway Island, Naval Rock, and Birth Island all return as well. But I don't know. I mean, it's just me. I just think it'd be kind of neat if it returned. I don't know about anyone else. I'm sure that people may not care as long as they can get the Pokemon themselves, but I don't know. Like, if you've ever traveled to any of those islands way back in the day, then I mean, you might want to see a bit of nostalgia having the islands updated or something. They're probably in the coding, if nothing else. It may not be a part of the actual main game. They may not be something that you can reach while flying on Latios or Latias, but I mean, it may be something that we can get to later down the line. I mean, that game had various items that allowed you to get to various islands, and that might be a thing again. I mean, look at the Eon ticket. That's proof. It's guaranteed proof. So, of course, if we're going to have to get it through Street Pass, then everyone's just going to get pissed off with them. I'm sure that a lot of people already aren't very happy with this, but yeah, considering we're over 14 minutes and very close to the 15-minute mark, we're pretty much out of time. So tomorrow we will be, or not tomorrow, but Monday we'll be continuing through Twist Mountain, and hopefully we can get to Isra City and get started on Reshiram. So yeah, be sure to stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and until next time, this is the PokeGamer signing out.